Uganda. I'm Andrew Chamagiro, but just to paint for you a picture to understand this conversation even deeper, let's just take a look at this clip and then we'll return shortly.
Under the new technical vocational education and training reform process implemented by the Ministry of Education and Sports through the Uganda Skills Development Project USDP with funding from the World Bank, Uganda Technical College Elgon is being upgraded into a center of excellence that provides top-notch building construction training in the country. To ensure that the reform process trickles down to communities, UTC Elgon has deliberately been networked with Kasodo Technical Institute, Butaleja Technical Institute and Kaliro Technical Institute for mentorship purposes and to strengthen the capacity of these institutions to provide unrivaled building construction training in their own right within their localities. The three institutions were selected as networking institutions for quality skills impartation under the UTC Elgon umbrella. Kasodo Technical Institute is found in Kongera Village, Kayinja Parish, Kasodo Sub-County, Palisa District, Eastern Uganda, easily accessible from Mbale-Kampala Highway via Tirinyi or Kamonkoli or from Mbale-Soroti Highway through Kumi Town Council. In Palisa District, the institute is ideally situated along Kasodo Road, only 2 to 4 minutes drive from the center of Palisa Town Council and sits on 48.8 hectares of land. The institute is a government-aided technical institute that began as a technical school in 1983, offering Uganda Junior Technical Certificate in Carpentry and Joinery, bricklaying and concrete practice, and tailoring and garment cutting. In 1995, the institution was upgraded to a technical institute and started offering Craft 1 and advanced certificates in carpentry and joinery, bricklaying and concrete practice and tailoring and garment cutting and junior certificate in tropical agriculture. Today, the institute offers national certificate courses and non-formal training in 8 trades, that is, National Certificate in Fashion and Design, National Certificate in Building Construction, National Certificate in Automotive Mechanics, National Certificate in Electrical Services, National Certificate in Wood Technology, National Certificate in Agriculture Production, National Certificate in Plumbing and Gas Line Construction of 2 months under Uganda Skills Development Project. Occasionally, non-formal tailor-made courses of 1 to 6 months are offered in the above-mentioned trades and occupation depending on the need and availability of funds. With a total of 58 teaching and non-teaching staff, Kasodo's dream is to become a premier technical institute where students from all backgrounds get knowledge and skills of high quality and value for the 21st century. It is committed to providing relevant knowledge and skills to formal and non-formal students for sustainable development through instruction, industrial attachment and assessment by recognized institutions. Kasodo invests in diversity, integrity, learning, excellence and communication and collaboration to foster good standards at the institution. Through the USDP, Kasodo is being capacitated to provide high-quality training in plumbing and gas line construction.
In terms of instructors, we didn't have enough instructors almost in all the departments because of the reputation that has come with the USDP. We have received a lot of instructors from other institutions. They apply, they all want to come and also join Kasodo.
This project here which has come, they are trying to facilitate us with enough machines, like those machines, they were just donated to us. We have enough tools there inside our stores. We have enough equipment that can ease our work. Yeah, there's some difference just in that.
The new course, just like the ones offered by the other USDP beneficiary institutions, has been clustered into competencies for flexible entry and exit to the labor market. The government has invested in upgrading infrastructure at the college by constructing a plumbing workshop and a plumbing shop and a toilet block at the institute.
These structures, these buildings have changed the face of Kasodo Technical Institute in a way that now that the whole community is involved in Kasodo, the political leaders, the religious leaders. So when this construction started to take place, very many people were flocking to Kasodo Technical Institute just mostly to see what is happening, because for a long time this type of development has not yet taken place in Kasodo Technical Institute.
The institute has also received electricity for the first time since its establishment.
We were using solar for running the things that don't need a lot of power, and we also have a generator which is quite expensive, so that was how we were managing it, but it was very difficult.
A water supply system has also been provided to ensure that the institute has enough water to run the facilities provided. Kaliro Technical Institute is another beneficiary institute under the Uganda Skills Development Project. It is a government tertiary TVET training institute established in 1983 to offer technical education, research and skills development for industrial human resource transformation. Kaliro Technical Institute emphasizes comprehensive practical skills orientation to mold students to graduate with relevant development skills suitable for accelerated economic growth stimulus. Kaliro Technical Institute offers nationally accredited professional and tailor-made technical courses that are designed to meet the industrial human development capacity needs. They range from national certificates examined under the Uganda Business Technical Examinations Board to modular institutional training and skilling of trainees, grounding them with occupational competencies as approved under the Vocational Qualifications Framework. The two-year technical courses that the institute offers include National Certificate in Electrical Installation Systems and Maintenance, National Certificate in Garment and Fashion Design, National Certificate in Plumbing, National Certificate in Automotive Mechanics, National Certificate in Building Construction. Through the USDP support, Kaliro Vocational Training Institute also offers internationally accredited 2-month competency-based courses in roofing, rebar, concrete practice, soils and material testing, bricklaying and topography. It offers training in hairdressing, metal fabrication, tailoring, art and crafts, and motor vehicle mechanics. They are accredited by the Directorate of Industrial Training and available on demand. Under a twinning arrangement that saw the institute networked with Uganda Technical College Elgon, supported by an international partner, the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology in Canada, Kaliro has been transformed to offer world-class training in roofing under the new reform. Kaliro Technical Institute will effectively train students in the new roofing, concrete and bricklaying. They have received world-class structures for this purpose, namely a concrete and bricklaying shop, a roofing shop and a toilet block. The relevant equipment for this training have also been provided with the support of the USDP.
I've taken 10 years working with Kaliro. I thank so much USDP, which has brought development in Kaliro Technical Institute. Kaliro Technical Institute is now a grown-up institute.
The new buildings in our institutes have really made us to get morale. We are so delighted and happy that we have well-equipped workshops here, like at least the time of the practical, because we have where we can access each and everything from.
USDP has done us a lot. You have really done us proud. We thank you for the infrastructure development, and we also thank you for the capacity building that has been ongoing of recent.
Butaleja Technical Institute is a government-aided institute located along Mbale, Busolwe, Namutumba Road, 800 kilometers from Butaleja Trading Center. The institute was established in January 1983 in Bunyole County, now Butaleja District, Eastern Uganda. The institute started with 3 courses, namely block or bricklaying and concrete practice, tailoring and cutting garments, and carpentry and joinery. In 2003, the institute added electrical and solar installation, motor vehicle mechanics, and painting and decorating, as well as plumbing to its menu of courses. The institute also offers non-formal skills training on modular basis depending on demand by the members of the public. With the USDP support, Butaleja Technical Institute has been networked with UTC Elgon. The institute now offers a new internationally accredited short course in electrical installation. It has gained new infrastructure to deliver the new courses, namely an electrical shop, electrical lab, a toilet block, and a water facility.
Initially, truly speaking, training electrical students was quite a challenge. I have seen myself training them under the tree as a workshop because our classrooms were too small, that the temperature is very high. We are very happy because we have a workshop that is at international level.
All those buildings have been equipped. Technical institutions had that challenge of equipment. We are training. We are supposed to train hands-on, high together. But we didn't have those things. But under this project, now we have those facilities, we have the equipment, and we have the training materials.
The academic staff at the Kasodo, Kaliro, and Butaleja Vocational Training Institutes have all undertaken in-country training in the various trades they offer. The trainings were conducted by staff from the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology, Canada, in Uganda, and during benchmarking visits that the instructors attended in France.
That was the focus of our project, to enhance the training in Uganda by helping the instructors here develop some hand skills that they could present to the students here in Uganda and get them more ready for the workplace.
Previously, we have been having instructors, yes, and these instructors who have been teaching, sincerely speaking, they have grasped more skills in such a way that the way of handling the students in terms of how to use the tools and equipment which you have received is so more advanced. First of all, the tools and equipment, some of them, they have never seen them. This is the first time to see them, and therefore, if it is the first time to see them, it is difficult to use them. Now, the instructors who have come from Canada, they have equipped them with this new way of using these tools and equipment.
That one has bridged the gap more. Now our training, I think, can be related to the whole world. So I thank the government very much for that procedure of that arrangement, that when we are together, we can really produce skilled people who can work anywhere in the world.
This has increased their exposure and improved their capacity to deliver the competency-based courses. Just like its other counterparts, these institutions have also received workshop equipment for practical training and ICT equipment to facilitate and promote ICT learning. The three institutions have admitted and trained their first cohort of students who have already acquired skills in the new courses and gone out to utilize their new schools to improve their lives and the economy at large.
When I joined here, I didn't have skills. For example, how to cut a pipe, I was not knowing. But when I came here, I know how to cut a pipe. I know how to thread a pipe. That's why we are having so many machines here. I know how to use them by now.
I can install like a house. I can install a solar panel. I can put sockets. I know how to put sockets, switches like that.
When I finished this course, I can help where I come from, even countrywide. That's why I sought electrical out of many courses.
For me now, I have experience. I can remove the tire and I replace it back. I can overhaul the engine. I can replace oil in the engine.
When I was joining here, people were telling me plumbing is for only boys. That course is for boys. Will you manage to climb the walls? But I said yes. And I said with confidence that really I can manage. So those girls outside there, what I can tell them, let them come to Kasodo Technical Institute. The course is very good.
Interested Ugandans should continue to enroll and gain skills that can enable them to work anywhere in the world from these institutions in country.
I've found that in the Busoga region, most of the children, they are there on sugarcane cutting, they are just loading the sugarcane. I'm requesting such children to come and take on these short courses.
When you come to Kasodo, you'll be able to get skills, knowledge, and attitudes that will make you sell outside there. So I'm requesting that if you have a brother, you have a son, you have a sister, a husband, a wife, come to Kasodo.
The Butaleja you left some years back is very different now. The government has improved on it. I would like to request whoever is there listening to me that if you have your child, let that child be brought to Butaleja Technical Institute.
Ifokia, who got his first diploma from Uganda Technical College Elgon, can quickly find a job. Okezia, who did a short baking course at Bukalasa Agricultural College, can start her own business. And Kato, who got certification in mechanics, can earn a steady income. Then so can you. Your situation can change for the better. Olina potential. Enroll in any certified TVET institution and get the right skills to start a new career today. For more information, visit our offices at the Ministry of Education and Sports or our website at www.education.go.ug. You can also call us on 0417-893-600 or 0414-257-038 or 0417-893-701.
Well, you and I have been on a journey from here to Kaliro, then Butaleja, not only that, Kasodo. And in the studio with me, I have Mr. K, I have Mr. Issa Bide and Charles Tionden. And if you're on Twitter and you're following this conversation, the hashtag is Scaling for Success. I'll pick up your opinions and thoughts, and later I'll actually be sharing them. Good to have you, Mr. K.
Good afternoon, sir.
It's an honor to see you here. And the conversation of your institute actually stands out. But we missed out a couple of things. The clip was too short. You couldn't tell us everything. What makes your institute stand out?
Right now, first of all, I'm Care Francis. Our institute in Kaliro district stands out because, one, Uganda Skills Development Project has done a great work in our place. One, in construction, he has elevated it in such a way that there are some new buildings which are looking so nice and different from other institutions.
That is in Kaliro?
In Kaliro Technical Institute, that Kaliro Technical Institute in Kaliro district. Two, there are some other additional skills given to our instructors in such a way that as they deliver, it is not the same way how they used to deliver the skills. So imparting the skills. The
program has impacted them over time, that they're very strong about anything.
Yes, please.
Nice. And when it got to your students, how are they feeling? What has changed since?
It's a great change, first of all. One, the graduates who have finished this 2-month course, they have already, some of them have already acquired the skills, and then they have got the jobs.
Within
Kaliro. Okay. Of recent, I visited some of them at Bright Future Secondary School. And they have constructed a perimeter wall there. A very big perimeter wall.
Impressive.
And the community around, they have enjoyed the skills which they have given to the community.
Let's go to Butaleja. Mr. Isabide. Butaleja, when we're ending the conversation, the clip you said, the Butaleja you knew back then has since changed. Before we come to the changed, give us how Butaleja used to be back in the day, the Technical Institute.
Oh, Butaleja Technical Institute was started in 1983.
Okay.
It started with 3 courses, that is carpentry, building, and tailoring. But the current Butaleja has 9 courses. That's the first change. It's different from the years. Then the location. This is a rural institution, and being a rural institution and a remote area, it did have piped water, tap water.
Okay, running water.
Yes.
It wasn't
but
there.
I'm very grateful to the government that the USDP project has installed us what?
Okay.
Tap water. So we can also use tap water, piped water
just like any other person.
Like any other person in town.
That is impressive.
Then, because I talk of water, I'm proud of having received water.
Yes.
Because Butaleja, though it is a flooded area, it has a rock down there, so you can't.
The drilling is costly.
It's costly and very difficult. So in the dry season, students used to suffer to get water, but now water is available.
That's nice.
Then another thing that makes Butaleja a unique institution, it has a very dedicated staff. The staff are very committed, and even the environment.
Even before the USD project, they were very committed.
Yes, that's why we are selected. I want to tell you that by the time the USDP project was coming in, we had 75 government institutions. But they selected only 12. You can imagine a rural institution to be among the 12 institutions. That means a very, very good institution. So our staff are very dedicated. There's maximum training.
By that, what do you mean? What do you mean by maximum training?
The staff are committed. Our pass rates are high when you sit these national exams. And when it comes to the hands-on, like the 3 months course, those ones we have 100% passing.
Okay.
Yes.
This is reflected what? Is it your leadership model? Is it the induction of this team before, while actually they're getting employed?
The two have come in. The leadership has changed. And also the project has also come in because it has inducted the staff, it has done what? We have had enough trainings. Also, we had a certain look at skills, skills training. But under this project, we have had a lot of training. We have networked with various institutions. Like now, we have networked with Elgon, we have networked with the NAIT. So, in that circle, a lot has been learned.
You've learned a lot.
And we have shared a lot, yes.
That sounds great. Kasodo, when you hear Butaleja, Kaliro, the conversations are actually very strong and very well grounded. What is Kasodo's story? Where does your institute start from? And how does it come along the years when it's evolving slowly but steadily to where it is today?
Thank you. I can say Kasodo is an institution that has a very rich history.
Okay.
Richer than even all these other ones.
Yes.
First of all, the way Kasodo started, it was an idea that were brought by 2 gentlemen. There is Ochan, then there is Subi. They were at that time teaching somewhere in Western Uganda. So they came around and they said, it is good if we can also begin an institution within Palisa, where Kasodo is located. So they shared that vision with the local political and community leaders. They bought the idea.
Okay.
That time, then there was a gentleman called Engineer Waraga, who later on became the chairperson. They played a very big role. So after in principle, the local political and the local political leadership accepted Kasodo, I mean Palisa, to begin an institution. Then there was a struggle between Kasodo sub-county and Agule. Each sub-county wanted the institution to be located
in their location.
In their location.
Yes.
But what Kasodo sub-county did more than the other sub-county was, they went and showed these people that we have this chunk of land, 47.8 hectares. This is where the school is going to be located.
Free of charge?
Free of charge. So because of that, they were given the go-ahead to...
That was motivation enough, even if I was an investor.
True.
Yeah.
To go ahead and begin the institution. But the place that was shown had no structure. So it had to be started at the sub-county, Kasodo sub-county. Kasodo sub-county gave a structure where the institution started from. And the chairperson, board of governor, I'm told was the one ferrying water using his own vehicle to come and put up a new structure currently where Kasodo is. That is one. Then number two, when we carried our treasures study, we found out that there is no institution in eastern Uganda where you will not get any instructor or worker who has passed through Kasodo. Kasodo has contributed so much in terms of technical education, especially in eastern Uganda. And our board of governors also have a lot of people who have passed through the system. For example, our chairperson, board of governor, worked as the person in charge of equipment maintenance in the office of the president for 11 years. He's a man of electronic engineering. He worked even with the BBC for some good years. Then our...
He's a hands-on guy.
Hands-on guy.
Correct.
Then the vice chairperson is a district engineer. And during the site meetings that we have been holding, the people from the officials from the ministry actually told us that Kasodo is one place where you will get full representation, both from the local and the district. So we are unique in our own way, and we have a very rich history.
You amalgamate all those walks of life in one.
Yeah.
This is very interesting. If I can go back to Kaliro, where you come from, the conversation of technical colleges across the country, the conversations we've had prior to your coming here, there's always been a mindset of failures. Like, people don't prioritize technical colleges or institutes, just like secondary school. Is the story any different in your area? And if not, how are you engaging this kind of thought?
Thank you so much, moderator. It is a very good question. Because for me, I see this, the people, how they take on technical.
Yeah.
It is countrywide.
Okay.
Because this is not the first place where I'm working from. But what I see in Kaliro, many people think, or many people thought that a person to go to technical is one of those who failed or is a failure.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the ones whom they take to technical. But my question is, these are the people who have to construct roads. These are the people who have to construct the buildings. These are the people who are technical, people who handle it like now where we are. These are the people who have to go to technical. Now I'm assuming if you take a failure, don't you think that will be the one to cause the buildings to collapse?
They're going to collapse and they're going to burn in there.
We need people who are real, who love the work, who are very bright, to be real engineers. Therefore, I'm thinking, and what I've started to do is at least to go step by step to share with the people. When I get chance to the parents, we have been going to schools to sensitize them. And we tell them that, please, do you know, we need these students so that we can build the future. We need the people who are very understanding, who can be able to have the skills. Because I've moved to some countries. For instance, Japan, I was there. And I saw that people, they don't know our English.
They don't. They know their mother tongue.
They know their mother tongue.
But they know what to do for you.
They know what to do.
Yeah.
Of recent, we went for offshore.
Yes.
In France.
In France.
But we found the people, they know their mother tongue.
Yes.
Most of them. But they know what to do.
When you engage the communities, Mr. Kerr, and you're talking to them about their change of the mindset, especially when it gets to technical skilling and all that, what do you see? What do you read of our populace as a country? Do they have a particular mindset or understanding of this? And if it's not too late, how can we flip that they can understand where we're headed as a country?
Right now, I've discovered it in this selection which you have been. I've seen people are now yearning to join technical. To the extent, there are some people who have come in, those one who are having Division 1. Previously, it was not there. People yearning to come in, those one who have 26.
After Senior 4.
After Senior 4. 31, 32. But previously, they used to give us those one of 60. Which means, at least people have started
to pick,
and we thank the government of Uganda because they are putting a lot to sensitize people. We used not to be on such TVs.
Here you are. You're national.
Here now. I believe that many people are viewing.
Yes.
And I am encouraging those who have been still having that the other old thinking to change right now.
Yes, Isabel, about the mindset issue in Butaleja, how are you dealing with it? Because the model of Kaliro could be unique about the mindset change of our communities and to understand what is at stake here. How are you dealing with this in Butaleja?
Actually, as you have said, this mindset follows our history.
As a country?
As a country.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
In Uganda, people knew that the best job is the white-collar job.
The one in office?
Just in one in the office.
Yes.
And they could look at these blue-collar jobs as jobs of sweaty, together. They are dirty jobs. You have to be dirty, you are carry, yes. Be exposed to the sunshine. Every time and then. Not knowing the secret in technical education. I'm really very grateful to the Minister of Education who have brought in this strategy, marketing, rebranding of the technical institutions. I want to tell you that even now, you hear parents calling you, yes, I have my child who has failed Senior 4.
They still tell you that on phone?
On phone. I want him to join Butaleja Technical. Is it possible?
But he failed.
But I said, what was his score? Or what is his score? So he has 1 pass here, has 3 passes, like that. Then I tell them this. If you want to join Butaleja Technical Institute, 1, we have 3 types of entrance and sponsorship. There is self-sponsorship, there is NGO sponsorship, and then government sponsorship. If you want to get that slot of the government, because the government says it sponsors the bright poor.
Of course.
Of course. You must have got first grade, you must go to second grade, or third grade, but with the sciences.
Isabe, you reminded me when we were young.
Yes.
We had a colleague of ours who was, I think we're doing around Senior 6. For him, he went and registered in a district far from Kampala.
Yes.
And I didn't get the matrix. But when he registered from there, he emerged as one of the best students.
Yes.
And he came on government sponsorship. Brilliant poor.
Yes. Yes. So I say that. And to get the government sponsorship, the government gives us only 50. First come, first serve. And good grades.
They're brilliant. They're not failures.
Yes, they're not failures. They are to remind them that technical is not for the failures.
And failures, yes.
Then 2, if the child has some good passes, can qualify to get a UNEB certificate, then we admit. We take that criteria to help this child to grow up. because from
to go through the radars.
Yes, from a national certificate, if he has passed well, he will go for a national diploma, then goes to the university. But if your child has failed totally, you see, technical training is very unique.
Yes.
And now people are just learning it because we are the people who transform
the society.
The site and the person whom you think is untrainable or is useless to put him to a useful state.
That transformation is...
Yes. So I tell them that if this child has failed totally 9, has got 9 in all the subjects, then we can give him a shorter course. We have modular courses.
As they upgrade.
Yes, because according to their level of understanding, we just select a module that can make him understand. Yes, we shall just teach him on the practicals. Together, we shall not go deep in theory.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we shall not go deep in science. So this person, what he needs, together, we just give him that skill of how to do something. If he's building, how do you lay the bricks? Together, how do you space them? How do you take an angle? How do you interpret a plan? So within those 3 months, that student
is actually up and running
and can do some work.
You said all this on the phone call with a parent.
Yes.
By the end of the phone call, what was the feedback like?
Then the person, oh, I've understood it. So I'm going to come to the institute and you give me more. We discuss more. Yes. And these parents have been coming, we interact with them. And actually, I want to give you a scenario that those years when those parents come on a trial, but now every year they bring us the same parent bring us children.
So they come taking a bait and you let me just try. If it fails, I've tried.
Yes, and afterwards.
Charles, when you hear all this, what comes in your mind? Because you're running another institute on the other side of the world, still in the eastern region where they come from, but every institution has a unique approach to this. This kind of the attitudes of countrymen, how do you deal with it?
I think the problem, first of all, was that not all people were getting the information that they needed to get. I'm saying this because previously, when you look at the students that we have in the institutions, you will find that majority of the students come from where 1 or 2 of the staffs are coming from, meaning that the advertisement was through the words of mouth. So the information was not reaching out to the adequately to the people who are supposed to get the information. What we have done as an institution is we have a team that is led by the deputy principal academic and the IRO. They move from one institution to others. They tell them about technical education. For example, last year, there was an institution there they went to, but according to the administration of that school, the administrators, they felt that the information given was not enough. They told them, come back and talk to our students after they have finished the examination.
So to them when they're done with the examination?
They were able to retain in them.
Okay.
So they have gone up to that extent. Then another thing is at the local level, we try to reach out to the community. For example, we were able to construct the Catholic Church in the nearby, free of charge. The institute.
What? No, wait a minute, Charles.
Yes.
When you say free of charge, you bought the cement, you bought the sand, you bought the bricks, and you built for them?
Not really.
Because that's the cost of...
We provided the free labor. It was the church that provided the material, but for us we provided the free labor.
Free labor. Wow.
Then there was also an institution nearby.
Did this kind of gesture bring the community closer?
Yeah, it brings them closer.
Okay.
Then there was also a primary school that was about to be closed because they did not have latrine and other structures. So when they came to us, we acted very fast, mobilized the carpentry and the building department, who went and rescued the situation. Then another thing is we have a needy student scheme, much as it is not in a big scale, but if a student come and you are really saying that the student is committed and interested in learning, but has challenges in paying tuition, we try to get work here and there so that he raises money for paying the tuition. That is what we are trying to do. But just like what my friends have said, we really applaud the ministry for coming up with the strategy for communication and branding. It is going to take us a long way. But if we think that it is only in Uganda where people have negative attitude about technical education, it is not. It is actually everywhere. But with the youth, so long as you can make something good and use technology, they will come. They don't want to be associated with the funny things. They want good things. Use technology. Do good training. Let the training be meaningful. They will come.
Wow. If you're just joining this conversation, the conversation is about scaling for success. And this conversation is powered by the World Bank, not forgetting the Ministry of Sports and Education, as well as Scaling Uganda. In studios with me, I have great principals, one for Kaliro Technical Institute and the other is from Butaleja and Kasodo Technical Colleges. Kaya, when I get to you, I saw a couple of clips of women. In all your videos, the issue of inclusion of the women or the girl child in the communities, Kwanza, how did you convince the parents to get them on board?
First of all, I have some clear information.
Please.
Right now at Kaliro Technical Institute, for instance, building construction, those one of year 1 and year 2. In year 1 we have four girls.
Okay.
Year 2 we have 4 girls. Now, in year 1 we have 4 girls, we have 19 boys.
Okay.
Year 2 we have 4 girls, 14 boys. In the electrical system, year 1 we have 4 girls, we have 20 boys. Year 2 we had 2 girls, 20 boys. Plumbing, we have 13 girls and 18 boys. And year 2 we had 10 girls, 9 boys. In the automotive, which is automotive, that is the so-called
mechanical
motor vehicle mechanics. Motor vehicle, the year 1 we had 3 girls. Year 2 we had no girl by that time. In the fashion and design, we have 13 girls, 1 boy. 11 girls, 2 boys. Now a total number of 64 girls.
Wow.
And the boys 152, total into 216. This is the issue. The Board of Governors and the administration of Kaliro Technical Institute came up with a resolution saying that there be some subsidized fees
to the girls.
To the girls.
Okay.
More so these ones who are crossing from the so-called girls courses joining the so-called boys courses.
So there would be tailoring, and now she's in automotive.
Automotive or building. Let there be a cut down of the fees.
Okay.
So that we take on the girl child. So important.
Yeah.
The second thing, the government of Uganda gave some points free, 2 of them, to add on the girl child. Now this gives us a chance. And even like now electrical, the head of department for electrical is a lady. The deputy is a lady.
Wow.
In building, the workshop technician is a lady. Now you find that these girls, when they see the fellow ladies doing the work, they appreciate and say we should be able to take on these courses.
So that's the technique that helped you to bring in the girls to join.
The girls.
That was in Kaliro. In Butaleja,
yes.
What model did we use to onboard the girls? Because I saw women there and they're very confident.
Yeah.
They're proud of what they do.
Yes.
But how did we get them on board?
Now the person you saw there is our deputy principal.
Yeah.
She's an Msenero Hilda. She's an electrical engineer.
Oh.
And she started from lower levels. She upgraded up to a full engineer.
Okay.
Yes. Now, how have we done it as Butaleja? We have created some relationship with the secondary schools as one of our first strategy. Whenever these secondary schools have a career day, they always invite us.
Okay.
So we have a team headed by the deputy principal, which goes around all secondary schools. Preaching
the gospel
of technical education.
Yes.
And I want to tell you that we have now established a very strong bridge with one of the secondary schools, girls secondary schools, that Mulaji secondary schools.
It's a strong one.
Yes. Whenever they are having their farewell party, Butaleja Technical Institute must be among the speakers there. And I want to tell you that every year we get about 3 to 5 girls from Mulaji girls. So that strategy has also helped us. Because as this team moves, it moves with the female staff also, and they realize, oh, even the girl child is in technical.
That was my next question. Then is the team comprised of only men who go to these schools, or the women as well?
It's a mixture.
It's a mixture.
Yes.
And when you go to these schools and you're talking to them, what are some of the most popping questions that keep coming again and again?
Actually, they just want to confirm. Actually, the first, when they went the other year, that is 2021, they were saying, is it true that these people are doing these courses? I want to tell you that last year when they went, the instructors went with their overcoats to demonstrate to them
that this is what
we are the instructors there and we are ladies. And some of our students are together, accompanied them in their overalls. Nice. And they really realized, they were even interrogating them. Yes, you say, what course are you doing? That I'm doing automotive mechanics. What did you do, you as a girl, automotive mechanics? Can you manage to remove a wheel? Yes. Can you be able to lift an engine? And they could tell them the techniques they use, that we don't carry it physically. We have cranes that can carry. So I think they got it well.
That sounds great.
And then another strategy, the second one.
Still about the girls?
Yes. When we go for selections, if the number of people who have applied have very good grades, and say we are taking only the first grade for the boys, at least for the girls we shall take even the second grade, and we have at least 20 of them every intake.
That sounds great. From Kaliro, they have slashed points, and they actually have ways of how they incorporate them from the usual courses to the ones that are meant for the boys. There is an inclusion and a bridge between schools and all. Kasodo, what do you do on your end?
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
First of all, the deputy principal, that of Butaleja, is so proud.
I know.
That is a former student of Kasodo.
Oh!
So they are reaping the benefit of...
From Kasodo to Butaleja. That sounds great.
First of all, I think we are trying to promote a picture of... a picture that women can do all those courses in.
Correct.
First of all, I have 2 deputy principals. Deputy principal in charge of administration, and deputy principal in charge of academics.
Both women?
Both are women.
Okay.
Actually, I've been accused of over-favoring
the women.
Then out of the 7 courses that are there, 3 are headed by women. The heads of department for those courses. Our workshop technician for electrical is a woman. head of department, electrical is a woman, fashion and design, agriculture, all are women. When we go out to talk to the community and the secondary schools, we make sure that we always put women at the forefront, so that the girls can see
that you can as well.
That you can as well. And I tell you, especially during this time of selection, those heads of department who are female and those in the administration, you will be disturbed even past midnight with the calls. And what is so funny sometimes in our rural setting is instead of calling, sometimes they only beep. But so what we do, we provide them some little airtime. If somebody calls at such a time, it means it's somebody who is interested in joining. You call back and you explain. I always get a problem at home.
I was wondering, how does Madam manage?
Because he always complains that time for work has ended. Why do you keep on receiving official calls?
At your home.
At your home, I said, I'm working for the country.
But I love the inclusion, and when you put them across the communities where you go, these women, and they're sharing and they're encouraging the girls to come. What are you reading from the fathers in the communities where you stay? Are the fathers embracing this conversation as well?
Yeah, this time they are really embracing the conversation.
Okay. Well, skills for success. The conversation goes on. We're just going to take a break for now, and when we return, we're going to look quite deeper into the scholarship, technological fusion, partnerships, and so much more. This show is brought to you by the World Bank, Ministry of Sports and Education, and Scaling Uganda. Good afternoon. Welcome back. It's Skills for Success. I'm Andrew Chamagedo, and this program is powered by the World Bank, not forgetting what we call Scaling Uganda and the Ministry of Education and Sports. Frederick, JK, thank you so much for being a part of this conversation and focusing more on the conversation that we're having of skilling. If you want to actually have your opinion captured here in this show, just send the hashtag Skills for Success. I'll be in position to pick your opinion and I'll read it here. But those watching here now from Kaliro, from Butaleja, from Kasodo, thank you so much for being a part of this. A message one from Pius. He says that I'm very interested in building more skills as a generation seems to be a little bit into the graduations and the soft skills. They have not worked for me. Grateful for the conversation you're bringing in. Jackie in the box says, thank you so much, Andrew and NTV, for this conversation. I want to understand more of the courses they actually offer. Thank you so much, Jackie, and every other person watching this show. Now we're going into that. I'll start from you, Kea. What are the courses at Kaliro Technical Institute, and how do you bridge this with the Elgon UTC to have the partnerships well gelled?
Thank you so much, moderator. Let me start with the bridging of Kaliro Technical Institute
to Elgon
and the UTC Elgon.
Yes.
First of all, Kaliro Technical Institute was given that part of construction. And in construction, they gave us 6 modules. Among the 6 modules include 1, rebar. We have bricklaying. We have roofing. We have concrete. We have soil and material testing. And then the 6th one is topography and land surveying. So far, the first cohort, we had 3 courses whereby students sat for. That is rebar, roofing, and bricklaying. And in fact, we had 80 students who did Uganda Business and Technical Examinations practical skills, whom I have so far said that they are already in the field and they have constructed some perimeter walls and other buildings. Therefore, that is the bridge. But previously, what has been ongoing, we have 5 national certificate courses.
And those are?
We have building construction, we have electrical system, we have automotive mechanics, we have we have fashion and design, and then plumbing. Those are the 5 courses which we have, and it takes 2 years.
Only?
Only.
We don't have short courses?
The short courses are those are the ones which I've mentioned, which take 2 months. For instance, rebar, bricklaying, roofing, topography and land surveying. We have the concrete testing, and then topography and land surveying.
Nice.
Those one take 2 months.
Okay, when I come to Butaleja, what courses are we having there?
We are having 9 courses.
9?
Yes.
Come on, Isabia.
First of all, we have automotive mechanics.
Okay.
We have electrical installation and system maintenance. We have building construction. We have plumbing. We have woodwork technology, which they used to call carpentry and joinery. We have painting and decorating. We have fashion and garment design, which they used to call tailoring. Then we also have welding and fabrication.
Okay.
So we have also introduced in this other course, but we are still engaging with the ministry whether it will accept us to have it, because smaller business course, that is secretarial and office management, which makes the 9th course. We realize that in the community there is a gap.
Do we need that course anymore in the years where we're having AIs and, you know, internet doing quite a lot of everything we're doing? Do we need
secretarial? Yes. Why not? Are you every time you the manager going to be on the computer? Are you going to oversee the office every time? Receive the visitors?
But those are the prerequisites people actually must have.
And I want to tell you that I want to tell you that even the computer has a keyboard.
Yes.
Yes. So they can learn this keyboard in
so
secretariat.
it will be more of computer literacy.
Yes.
At that level.
Yes, have been amalgamated.
Okay.
Yes, it has all those ingredients.
Okay.
Yes.
I hear you. So of all those, which are the short courses and which are the real courses?
So the short courses emerge from these bigger courses.
Okay.
If you want to train in automotive mechanics, yes, we select a module. Are you together? We train you that one in 3 months, and we can be tested by DIT, Directorate of Industrial Training, or even fashion and garment design, also for 3, maybe come only for garment training skills, or even just a dress. We select a module and then train you that. Okay. So it depends on now you said what bridges us with Elgon.
Yeah, that's where he was going.
I like that so much. Why I really thank the ministry why they started that thing. It's very, very good.
Yeah, the plugging.
Yes, of networking this institution. For us at technical level, technical institute level, we offer national certificates.
Correct.
And the UTC Elgon offers what? Diploma, national diplomas. So we are the ones who feed UTC Elgon. Yes. So if we have a relationship, if we have a bridge between the Butaleja and the Elgon Technical, our products will not float if they want to progress.
Oh yeah. So you have a new entrance where you're actually putting them to learn more and upgrade.
Yes. So that's
is there where you're actually dealing with the UTC Elgon, not necessarily just giving them students, but even having technical guidance in one way or the other?
Yes.
And how does that benefit Butaleja?
Now Elgon has been put into a center of excellence. It's where it is going. I want to tell you that it has been heavily equipped.
I saw the equipment.
They are heavily equipped.
I asked the principal here how he's maintaining the power issues.
For us, as a networking institution, they have equipped only 1 course. That is electrical. Yeah. I've told you we have 9 courses. We have automotive, they have mechanical engineering. Yes. We have building construction, they have civil engineering. Yes. So we can have those interchange programs, take our students there to train in areas where and in equipment that we don't have.
Wow.
And also we share their best practices and also visit us and see how does Butaleja run. Yes.
Wow. Kasodo, after France and you came back and you saw all this what is happening there, what courses do we have now that are actually making us stand out even more?
In the interest of the viewers, let me also give out the courses that...
of course, yes.
Yeah, Kasodo offers 7 courses. We have formal courses and informal. The formal courses are for 2 years. We have national certificates in building construction, in automotive mechanics, woodwork technology, fashion and design, electrical services, agriculture, then plumbing. Those are the
major
formal for 2 years. But we also have tailor-made courses ranging from 3 to 6 months in all those courses, depending on the need and availability of a fund.
So they can be customized to my need, me the student?
Yes, customized to your need. Then we have 2 months training in plumbing and gas line construction. Those are the courses that we have.
Gas line construction.
Gas line construction.
Now I hear you, because very many people, I'm a fan of renewable energy. Now some people know how to do, biogas in their gardens, but they don't know how best to trunk it to their kitchens. 2, we have factories that use a lot of gas in our areas, but we have never taken time to understand that there is an expertise in gas lining and all that. Okay, now that's exciting now.
Yeah, then coming to the way how we relate with Elgon. We signed a memorandum of understanding with the Elgon and all the 3 clusters, the VTIs. We share training. For example, all the companies that have signed a memorandum of understanding with the Elgon, as our center of excellency, we are also allowed to go and train from those places. Then we also share resources. Where we don't have any equipment for training our tools, I mean the equipment for training our institution, students, we take them to Elgon and train them from there. In the last training of instructors for USDP that we had, it was the Kasodo Technical Institute that hosted the training of all the instructors for the entire Elgon cluster. Their training were carried at the Kasodo Technical Institute. So we are close. Then besides that, just like the way he mentioned, we feed in them with our students. For people who have passed it through Chambogo University, Chambogo have diploma courses and they have bachelor courses. But you will find that when it comes to admission, they always favor their students that come through the diploma program. So the same is true with the Elgon. They cannot leave students of Butaleja, Kaliro, and Kasodo.
The ones that are plugged in directly.
Yeah, it is the cluster of Elgon Center of Excellency. So Elgon is our father, our mother, for that case, and we are the kids.
Charles, don't you think that in a way marginalizes other Ugandans who would actually want to get this opportunity? I hear you when Elgon prioritizes the ones within the region, because this is a center of excellency. But look at Andrew, who has come from Kampala, but wants to study from the east.
I really don't think so. Because, Mr. Chamagero, if you are given a chance to choose between a family member of yours and somebody else, you will first begin with yours. That one is natural.
I hear you.
Yeah, that one is natural.
But
in the long run, the issue of access has to be addressed.
Yeah.
In order for TVET to make a meaning, the issue of access, so that anybody who is interested in training or getting skills should have that access. Should be able to join.
As and when they're ready.
As and when they are ready.
When I come to you, Care, do students, what are some of the prerequisites students should come with when they're entering your institution? And in this, you need to understand what points, what are the cutoff points if they're going to come in. what are the key subjects they should have passed if they're going to attend?
Thank you so much, moderator. First and foremost, I would like to inform the viewers that Alisa was on the panel for making the curriculum, National Curriculum Development Center. And during the hour when we are making the curriculum, we are saying that at least, first of all, we want to look at skill in Uganda. And we wanted to take on all the students, all the trainees who may want to learn to acquire the skill. And we said that at least some passes, maybe 3 passes to take on at first.
Okay.
At first, that's what came into our mind.
Yes.
In 2011 there. But right now as I talk, we are looking at mathematics, physics, and English. At least one must have got credits there.
Not F.
Nedda. At least some credits. Because one, we are looking at people who are going to do the work, who are going to construct bridges. We need somebody who has got some skill, some physics in doing things.
Okay. For purposes of understanding it, some laws cannot be taught when you don't understand.
You may not. That's why we need some. We don't want failures, but we need some people
who have passed,
who have excelled in senior 4. Meaning that we take on students, those one who have gone through and have passed those subjects. More so if we want on government. But if you want to take on private, we can take you, and you become a private student. That is the key area.
The key area.
Yes.
Of entrance.
Of entrance.
Butaleja.
Yes.
Are your cutting points the same as the ones in Kaliro, or the model seems to be a little bit changed there?
The model is almost the same, but our intakes, we have 2 entry areas. One is from junior. There are students whom we get who completed P7 and joined the technical institutes. I mean technical schools. So those students, they get a junior certificate.
That I'm a junior plumber.
Yes.
I'm a junior electrician.
So if you have completed that course, then you can join us for what? For a national certificate.
Oh.
Now,
isn't that an automatic entrance anyway?
Actually, it's an automatic entrance as you are upgrading.
Yes.
Then the second one is the O-level entry. For the O-level, yes, these are going to be the future engineers. And you know, an engineer, you must know physics, you must know chemistry, you must know mathematics. Because the technology we teach is the applied physics and chemistry. Then mathematics, the tool we use to, yes. Those are the students we take, but we realize that some of these students don't fail this physics because they are dull.
Why do they fail then?
At times the way they trained, maybe they never had a good teacher, the environment. Are you together? They never had what? A good teacher in physics, never had a good laboratory. Are you together? And in some schools, you see the mathematics teachers are very rough. So maybe the child was scared. Yes. Okay. So we say so long as you qualify to get a enable certificate, are you together? Then you are trainable. And also we look at the entry requirements for registration at UBTEB, because our examinations are assessed by Uganda Business and Technical Examinations Board. They give us the minimum requirements. So whoever has those requirements, we admit. And as I told you earlier alone, that we are the people who transform the person you think
is useless.
Is useless and useful. So if the student has those passes, are you together? Yes, we train them. I want to tell you that now the national certificate has been made in such a way that the mathematics we are teaching has some part of A-level math. That is pure math.
Additional math and pure math.
Yes, integration. Are together? Yes, but I want to tell you
the ones who just deviated before.
Yes.
Okay.
So what we do in the first year, we teach them this ordinary mathematics. Then slowly we bring in the other pure math, and they will understand. They will do it. So long as the child is interested, he will pass. You will see a child who failed the mathematics at O level. He does this technical mathematics and passes it. So the way you train. You
baby step and train them into
yes.
Wow. Kasodo.
Yeah, it is not any difference because the requirement for
the standard.
Yeah, it is the same actually. Anybody who qualifies to get a certificate from UNEB qualifies to join us.
Answer this question in the context of attitude. If someone passed all that, but when they're having a bad attitude towards technical, skilling, but their parents are telling them you're going to be at Kasodo, would that person still qualify to actually attend?
Qualifies if we are given a chance to talk to such a person. They can change.
Okay.
And when we come to the selection exercise, special marks are given for female. People with a disability also have a special marks.
Okay.
Then if you went and did some training or you attached yourself to a workshop and there is a paper or something that can show indeed that you
pre-exposed.
Yeah, pre-exposed. You also awarded a special marks, which means even before joining applying, you have the interest
in there.
Yeah, in there. So special marks are awarded for such people during the selection exercise.
I want to know, do we have special treatment for refugees? Because I could be a refugee from Congo, but I've studied from here in Uganda, and I want to join the technical college, rather institute.
At my institution, there is no preferential treatment, and we have not registered any refugees at the institution. But
do you have cross-border students, the ones that come from Kenya?
From Kenya,
who cross over?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Because we get students who passed through their junior technical schools from Namisindwa, which is just near the border, and we get a lot of students who comes from there.
So what are their prerequisites? Do they still just follow the same standard of these much points, this much money, and then they join?
The majority that we get are the ones who have come after primary and they have studied in the technical schools of Uganda.
So they're already inducted in our system?
They're already inducted in our system.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense. It's Scaling for Success, and the conversation still goes on. I want to go back to Mr. Kaya. How do we fuse technology with skilling? Because our generation loves skilling. You guys are talking about woodwork, tailoring, electrical maintenance, building. Where is technology fused in there? And how do you help your tutors to actually understand the changing technological dynamics?
Thank you so much, moderator. You find that technology and skills, they match together. You cannot practice something unless when you know the theory of it. Technology is in other words, the theory of something. For instance, you cannot teach about materials unless when you know the theory of it.
The ingredients of the material.
Yes. Let me take an example. Sand. The local people, they just excavate or they just get sand, sand, and they start using it to construct. Are you seeing that sort of white color which happens on
the top of the water?
Top of the wall, either the sand cement screed.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
On the walls.
Yes.
It is because
wrong sand for right reason.
Because some of the sand may need some washing, such that that impurity goes away. That is the technology.
Yes.
Which technology must be studied or known before you start now with the real practice, the real skill.
Correct.
Therefore, there is that linkage between the technology and the real practice or the real skills.
Wow. So when it gets to these other machines that, you know, they're new machines. These students have not seen this quite of industrial kind of machines here.
Yes.
And these machines have come. They're very heavy. They're unique. They're running. I don't know how you're dealing with power. That is a conversation we talk when we talk about challenges. But you have this particular machine. How are your tutors or your trainers or lecturers to these students catching up so fast with that technology?
First of all, when it comes to machines, there's a module about safety, health, and occupation, whereby one must be able to know what is needed. How do you put on? How do you use this machine before you use it? Now, by knowing the safety rules or precautions, then you can be able to go to the machine. First of all, you must know how does that machine operate before you really start it.
Correct.
Now, having got that skill, that theory of it, then you start using it. How do you maintain it? Does it need oiling? There's some of these some devices, for instance, if it is for drilling, do you need to sharpen the drill bit? How do you sharpen it? How do you protect yourself from those sparks from entering your eyes? How do you protect your hands? Do you go with long-sleeved shirt? How do you put on? Do you have a tie when you are going to the machine which is rolling? Oh, that is part of the theory and the precaution which you have to get.
Yeah.
You are going to drill. Do you have really? Do you need the gloves? Don't you think that because of when you are pushing something, it may also catch you the gloves and even your fingers? How do you handle a material which is being pushed into
the machine
which cuts? Which distance do you stand in order not to be captured by the machine? That is the technology, the theory, and the safety precautions which you have to have before you start on the other.
The practical way.
And also, how can you maintain this machine? Because the machine is like a human being.
That's what I was going to ask. You have these machines, and possibly they can do some work. They can produce some remarkable, things. How are you maintaining them? What's the cost?
These machines, they are those one which needs greasing, oiling. They are those one which need just to charge the battery, like now our lift fork. They need you need to know to see how to handle it. But also we are looking at production. Because as we are given by these machines, we need to think, I've put there that area that we have to train among these ones who have been on the 2 months training, so that we can now have that planning that they can be able to go out. And then we help the community to do some more construction. But they have passed through our hands, because I cannot now put out the staff. The staff must be able to train here.
And then you let them go and become
go outside.
The disciples.
Yes.
Okay. I think I love that. In Butaleja,
yes.
How are we dealing with the technological advancements? Because what you're teaching today in class, when it gets to electricals and all that, by the time someone leaves the institute 2 years later, the technology is upgraded. You need to upgrade as fast as possible. How do you make sure that your tutors and your students are up to date with technological advances?
Thank you very much for that question. Yes, technology changes, but it takes time.
Today?
Yes.
Technology is fast?
No. I want to tell you that it takes time. It can take 5 years, 6 years.
Technology?
Yes.
In construction and all?
I'm telling you
Mr.
the technology.
Isabi,
I'm an engineer. Like, I want to tell you this.
Yes. But 5 years is too much.
I want to tell you this.
Yes.
Do you know that vehicles using gas, are you together, started some years back in the late 90s?
Correct.
But have we had the one here?
No, we don't.
So
Even
when we see it now, we say technology has changed. We're having a vehicle using gas as fuel.
The reason I'm saying that technology changes faster, the whole data we have on the internet in this day and age per hour was the whole data in 2006 per annum. Meaning that the magnitude of innovations across the globe has actually changed. Now, here we are. I'm doing a course for 2 years. And by the time I'm exiting the institute, the laws of science will remain. But how am I plugging them to the new dynamics at play? That's my biggest concern here.
Now it's like this. You know, in education, we are not stagnant.
Correct.
And now also in the technical, things have changed.
How?
Actually, even in this new TVET policy, it's emphasizing the change. These teachers, first of all, I begin with the trainees. We train them with whatever skills, with whatever equipment we have. After 1 year, format has been after 1 year, these students go in the industry.
Okay.
To compare what they have learned from here
vis-a-vis
what they are finding in the field. So if there is any technological gap, they will discover it from there. And they will come back. Say, but there is A, B, C, D. We didn't learn about it, but we found it in the field. Right?
So you update.
Yes, we update. We have industrial visits. It's a must in our training. We take these students in the industry, in the normal training,
to see what
is there. To see what is there. So they also advance with the technology as it advances. Then the tutors or the instructors, the teachers, they are also supposed to go in the industry. And as they take these students for the industrial visit, they will see that here technology has changed. So they need also to change. Then they go for industrial visits, industrial supervision of these students. So they will interact with the industrial supervisors in the field. They say, no, you are not reaching here. So there they have to pick it and come and change. Then, thirdly, we are using the internet.
In Butaleja?
Yes.
Nice.
Not making notes, making what people are no longer using the yellow papers, so not use
yellow pages.
Yellow pages of getting the old notes, recycling them. No, this time they are always going in the computer lab. Actually, that's why I said that the technique of those years
has far changed.
Has far changed. We have we have a computer lab. I think in every institution these computer labs are there. So our teachers are going there. They are Googling, they are doing what, they are knowing all what is there. And if you're a teacher, you'd like, students will ask you a question.
And you have to upgrade.
Yes, you have to upgrade. So that's how our instructors are upgrading.
I love that. Mr. Chao Sotian here, we need to look at the issue of technology from the aspect of not just you as an institution, as Kasodo, but looking at it, juxtaposing it with the agenda of our country, Vision 2040. How are you plugged into that in terms of your curriculum and your studies to make sure that you're giving us competent, best students and market best needs that you can be in position to achieve that agenda?
Okay, thank you. You know, the nature of human beings needs to be pushed sometimes.
Correct.
Yeah. If you look at most of the documents and the legal framework concerning technical, they are sort of related. In the USDP and even the TVET policy, it is required that the industry and the employers have to take a center role when it comes to designing the curriculum. Of course, for the employers and the industry there, they want to be competitive.
Yeah.
Without technology, you cannot compete. The moment you bring them in to take a center stage in the curriculum development, the issue of technology will come in. And that is where we are heading. There is an arrangement by UBTEB to have a tripartite sort of assessment that will involve the UBTEB, the industry, and the training institution.
Nice.
And with that arrangement, whether we like it or not, the issue of technology has to be taken care of. At the institution level, we normally ask the staffs or the instructors, what are the gaps that you have?
That we get to know how to fix.
We get to know how to fix. Just some few weeks ago, he didn't mention, but Kaliro hosted a training for staffs to up their skills in motor rewinding and generator. So at institution level, whenever you identify a gap with the technology or any other things, if funds can allow you, you go for it. And besides that, we have to tell the instructors, we have to tell learners that it is important to learn. We have to engage in a lifelong learning. Because that's like you say, technology of today, by tomorrow is a different thing.
Correct.
Unless when you engage in a lifelong learning, you will not be able to keep up with the pace of
I'm going to take this
technology.
to Japan.
Hey,
this is how fast we are moving.
You will not be able to. Yeah, it has to be inculcated in them so that it will become part and parcel of them. If you look at our core value, learning is one of them. And that is the very reason why we said it will be one of the guiding principles of Kasodo.
That sounds great. Yeah. Kaya, if I come back to you, I would like to understand the sustainable model of the Institute. With this, kindly be kind enough to share with us equally the challenges you're facing as an institute. How are you sustaining? Is the funding from USDP just enough? Is the funding from the government just enough? If not, how are you holding up?
Thank you so much, moderator. That is a very serious question.
Yeah, because it has money in it.
You know, first of all, a technical institution is like a family.
Yeah.
In a family, you find that yes, you may be having some income, but it may not be enough to run home. And according to our country, things keep on changing.
Correct.
You find that the food which you have been buying, maybe today, maize flour, 1,200 or 2,000, it has hiked to 3,000. When you have not known even that it will be there. It is good. First of all, I thank the government. You know, it is very important to thank. First of all, I'm a believer, and I believe if you don't thank God, the little which has been giving you, even it may be, you may not receive more.
Is that a threat to us who are not fasting before we start?
Not so. But we need to thank the government.
Yes, indeed.
For the serious and for the help which they have been giving to our institutions. I know that the money which you have been getting, it has been taken for long, and it is the same money. But the prices of the commodities have increased. And when you look at the situation where we are, the food prices have increased. The materials have increased.
The standard of living.
The standard of living, in other words, has increased. The sustainability, I'm thinking of as a request also to the government.
Yeah.
If they could be able to add on some monies from what they have been giving. So that I've been having some questions from the parents. But principal, can't you have more students on government? And moreover, the government gives us 50
only
50 year one, and those year ones, as they pay for the 50, they go to year 2 when they are still 50, and then they add now the 50 in year 1, making 100. But the parents may, in fact, they need the ones. They may come in saying, please, we need more, to give you more, but we don't have money. It is a challenge, but I'm requesting that the government can at least double that. Okay. Or maybe 1.5, such that it can be 150 instead of the 100.
The 100, yes.
Because it may be a continuous change.
Phasing.
And then, yes. Sustainability, I'm looking at some other ways. That a person like me who's in the village, I can send the village. Kaliro is somehow far away from Kampala. Somehow far away from Kampala. More than 2.5.
Kaliro, maybe
our jam, maybe when you have...
maybe my feet is a bit fast.
Moderator.
Yes.
From Kampala to Jinja, 3 hours.
Why? The traffic between Mbalala and somewhere?
No, from Kampala to Mukono there.
Yes. We have alternative routes. Use the Gayaza route. Yes, you'll be in Jinja before you know it.
Moderator, thank you for that.
Yes.
That means the challenge now comes that our institutions, few of them have the vehicles, government vehicles.
Okay.
Meaning at times we may need to use the public means.
Yeah.
And you must be able to accept
to sit in the traffic jam.
And use now what others use. The main road is from Kampala following now this one where jam is, because everybody wants to come out.
Yes.
I say now that challenge. But coming to the other side, which I'm talking about, I'm thinking and I'm planning to have some land maybe for hiring, so that we can be able to plant some food crops, to reduce on the cost or the expenses, so that we can move on and have more skills in one or the other.
I love that. Isabidi, you said earlier on when you're just starting in your preamble conversation, you said one thing that makes Butaleja unique, it's the land, the vast land in the rural area where it is. Have you adequately used that land to leverage your need as a sustainable model for the institution, with or without funds, whether from government or USDP?
Yeah, we have used it.
What have you done?
Yeah, we practice some little agriculture. Yes.
That has worked for you?
Yes, and wanted one time to start that agricultural course, but being a government institutions, we are regulated.
You're regulated.
Yes.
And that's why I wanted to come. He is advocating for government to give more slots for scholarships that can actually be in position to bring in more money.
Yes.
And there is another thought that, can government give us mandate that we become a training technical institute, but with a business arm? Would that work for you?
Yes.
How would that work for you?
If we are given enough machinery, for example, we have only electrical.
Yes.
So we shall just offer skilled services outside. But if we have also equipment and machinery in other courses, like automotive, are we together? We can have a service garage for a district, and that is an income. If we are well equipped in the fabrication section, those equipments, we can get tenders from the district and in the locality, and it will be an income. And I want to tell you that if we are fairly equipped, even maintaining these machines may not be a problem. Yes, so long as you draw what we call a maintenance plan. Are we together? You're just supposed to have a maintenance plan for each and every section together, and for each and every machine together. If that machine is maintained well, it will take long to break down.
Of course.
Yes. And if you have
back
some
and forth business,
yes, the business will cater for
Charles,
for the servicing and the like.
If I'm to come to you, Mr. Otindi, what they're saying is good and it makes quite a lot of sense. Now, with this new equipment that has been given to all your technical institutes, I want to understand, how are you fighting against misuse? There's some directors, there's some principals who get these machines and they use them for their own good. Government does not give me the mandate, but I'm going to hire it out and I make my own money as an individual. How are you, as an institute, fighting against misuse of these trusted machines to you?
Okay, first of all, you have to maintain the machines that are given for you well. Just like the way he said, if you are using it well, it takes you some time. Yeah. And secondly, we do inventory check at the beginning of the term, at end of the term. Then if something is to be signed out from the main store, it is the head of department who signs it out from the main store. Then the teacher, the workshop technician, who is going to be with the trainers, also signs it out from the departmental store. So there is that chain.
There is a hierarchy of approvals.
Yes.
Oh.
If you sign it out and it is not taken back, and then you'll be held responsible.
Wow.
Then if you are to bring anything out, you have to give a gate pass to the askari who has allowed you to
take this machine.
To take this thing.
Director has told me, talk to him.
Where is the written document?
So it's not about the phone call. There is a documentation.
Not about the phone call. It has to be documented. There must be documented evidence.
Wow.
Yeah, and you ask us about sustainability.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like the way they have said, we can open up business arms. I think
as institutes.
As an institute. On a number of occasions, we have been guided by the commissioner about how we can do that. And that is one thing which, as an institution, we have not done, but we are planning to do. Then training with production. You train, you supervise the students very well so that whatever they make can generate money.
Right from themselves.
Right from themselves.
Okay.
Then for us, we have a lot of land.
45 acres plus.
Yeah,
haven't you stretched it to 50 acres?
No.
For all the years?
No. So we are trying to use the land so that we don't spend so much on food. Then on the challenges that we have, there are quite many.
Look right in the camera and tell us the challenges.
USDP has been so good. They have constructed new facilities. They have advertised. Right now, the number of people who come is more than that we can absorb. And it is so painful. Last year, we had to turn back so many.
The pain.
We had to turn back so many because we have our dormitories are limited. For example, for the girl child, it can only accommodate 30. So only. So we have to change the classrooms into dormitories. And
so you need a lot more facilities in terms for beddings and all.
For beddings and even for workshop. Right now, it is only plumbing that is well equipped. But the other courses, they don't have proper workshops. So we really need to be supported in that. And if we are to train students so that they will be able to do what is needed outside there for the industry, we need those equipments.
Yeah.
We need to attach them to the industry so that they know what takes place outside there. After leaving the institute, it will not be like going to another world altogether, which means you need means of transporting both the staffs and the students very fast to the industry and back. So things like buses is a necessity actually right
at
now.
A technical college.
At a technical institution right now. We have other challenges, but those are the
key ones.
The key ones, yeah.
If while we come finalizing this conversation, I really want to tap into, thank you so much those who have been actually watching this program today. I want to tap into the issue of partnerships. Starting with you, Sabide, yes. How are you galvanizing partnerships? Much as there is quite a lot going on, but how are you partnering with the community and other players? Do you have other players anyway?
Yes, we have other players. Like you were worried about this misuse of the equipment.
Yes.
We are being supervised by the board of governors at institutional levels and college levels. They are
watching.
Yes. So those board of governors, some of them come from the community. Yes. So whatever takes place in the institution, the community is seeing. Yes. We usually also have parents meetings. They come in, they talk whatever they observe, and
you take it in good faith.
Yes. And you also have some visits by these parents. Yes.
Okay, partnerships, Mr. Kerr.
Thank you so much. We are drawing some partnership with some industries because this is where our students have to go for industrial training.
Placement internships.
Yes. And then also, I need to have such things in such a way that our staff need to go there for some training.
Correct.
In the industries.
Upgrading.
To upgrade, to have more skills. As my brother Tionde was saying that some few weeks ago, not a few weeks, but last week, we had some training, my staff in electrical. They said we have a problem with generators and we have to train students in generator practices.
And maintenance.
And maintenance, whereby I had to look for somebody from industry and then another instructor from somewhere who had got some more skills. And then I organized some institutions to bring the staff so they can have some 3 days practical skills.
Wow.
Because we need that in our institution.
That sounds great. As we're finalizing this conversation today, what are your parting shots to Ugandans and the parents watching, even the government of Uganda?
First of all, I'd like to thank the government of Uganda for such a program. Because it's this program which can help us to reach to the person who is very far from us. More so the people who are watching right now, I would encourage them to send to us the students. Because Uganda today, we need to have a change. I thank the president because it's strategizing to have all Ugandans to reach that middle class. In order for us to reach a middle class, we must acquire these skills.
Correct.
Because if we get these skills, one, we can be able to earn a living, to help our families, to help people in the community. If each Ugandan can have at least 1 or 2 people who have got the skills, I believe we shall be a better country.
Correct. Mr. Isabel, what are your parting shots to the country?
My parting shots to the country, I want them to analyze this. When you have a child, when that child is going to school, you always ask that child, what professions do you prefer to have in future? They always tell you doctor, engineer, lawyer, and then maybe lawyer.
Or journalist.
Or journalist. But I want to tell the viewers that to become an engineer is not easy. You have to do, in the normal path, you have to go to HS, and HS you have to do PCM. PCM, that's mathematics, physics, and chemistry, very hard subjects. How many Ugandans will manage it? But if you take the technical route, are we together? You have your child an engineer. If you can't have money, let that child branch at P7 to go to a technical school. From a technical school, we'll join our technical institution. We train him. He'll become what? A technician. From there, he will go for a diploma.
At Elgon.
At Elgon. Are we together? From a diploma, he will go for a degree and becomes an engineer, which is among the best professions that we have in life.
Wow.
Now for government, we thank the government very much for giving us those equipments and what have you, but we are not yet
there.
Our staff don't have accommodation. At times now, as the numbers are building up for our trainees, we don't have enough dormitories. So I called the government to say that we have a saying in Lusoga that kabiri chongero. If they can give us more staff quarters, and then we shall reach.
Thank you so much.
The vision 2040.
2040. We'll actually be there. Thank you so much, Mr. Tini, as we're finalizing, what are your parting shots to the communities?
To the community, I'm calling upon them to come and join in any of the technical institutions that are spread around all over the country. Technical is the way to go. Let's embrace it so that we move this country forward. And to the government and other stakeholders, I don't want to say just government, because all of us have parts.
We have stakes.
Yeah, stakes to play. Technical education is a very expensive venture. If we are to go for demand-driven training and courses, there are so many things that are involved. First of all, you need staffs who are well-trained.
Correct.
You need staffs who are well enumerated. I'm happy that the government has raised the salary. Then you need machines, you need equipments, you need facilities, and so many other things. Then even when you have all those things, the legal frame guiding the debate must be enabling. We as a country, we still have a long way to go. The legal frame
does not meet the need.
Funding, for example, in the TVET policy, they are suggesting that there will be taxes that will be levied to help the government in funding. But that one, again, needs some other legal framework. So let's work as a government together, make the legal framework enabling. Technical education needs, the TVET needs to be comprehensive in approach, comprehensive and integrated. Just doing one thing alone will not be able to take us much. So let's do the different things that we are required to do. But I'm very hopeful. The future is bright.
Thank you so much. Well, that's a conversation. I really want to appreciate these people. Ovuru Johnson, watching live from Pakwach. Ayo Caroline says that we need skills so much, watching live from Palisa. And Amidu Ibrahim, watching live from Ghana, Accra. Thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. This conversation today has been a great one about the issues in the East, and not only just the issues in the East, looking at the power that is in there. With me in studio, I had Mr. Isabide Ibrahim from Butaleja Technical Institute there. I had Mr. Kea Francis, the principal from the Kaliro Technical Institute, and I had Mr. Tiondi Charles from the Kasodo Technical Institute. You, the viewer, the call to action is to you then. Government has provided all these different platforms and technical colleges to train us to have a skill that we can be competing adequately in the coming years. If I ask you today, you have a degree, you have a master's, what skill do you have? If you lack a skill, go get a skill, and you'll be in position to fight and change your storyline as a Ugandan. I'm Andrew Chamagra. Until next Wednesday, go do something.